It's been a minute. Uh,
Just a little bit.
welcome back to the Shared Screens podcast. If you haven't noticed, even though all of us are no longer in school, we decided to take a quick little summer break. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's because back in May, a lot of stuff happened and we all just started having mental breakdowns and could not
Some of
do
us haven't stopped.
anything. It started really, I will say, I feel like around when the Marvels came out, where I was like, I'm not
That's what did
watching
it.
this. I'm not talking about it.
The Marvels came out, and we
That's almost a
we
year
were all
ago.
like, we have to stop making things for a while.
Movie's fine.
Like, it's
Movie's
so-
fine. Right?
Movie's fine. Nobody saw it because of the strike.
Movie's fine.
Yeah, it's just we all were not doing hot, so we decided to take a little break, and now we're back. And
And
shit's
better
gonna
than
be like
ever.
yes, and better than
Yeah.
ever, but shit's also gonna be a little bit different. We're gonna be trying out new
Better than ever.
When we make a short, the ending of the short just needs to be a close up of just Josh doing the thumbs up and
Oh,
going
yeah.
better
Oh, yeah.
than
Better than
ever.
Better than ever.
That just needs to be a GIF.
That's our new slogan. Better than ever.
Shared screens,
Seriously,
better
it's
than
better
ever.
than ever.
Better than
Not
ever.
our content, just
better.
better.
We don't quantify what's better.
No.
It's just better than ever.
It's better because we're not losing our minds.
Yeah.
Or we've lost
Yeah.
them. Either way you want to
Not
look at
much left to lose,
think-
you know.
I
Yeah.
think it's more
Yeah.
like we've accepted that we have lost our minds, and now
Yeah.
we've come full circle.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically realize we all have jobs and trying to run a channel full time or acting like we're trying to go full time on top of full time jobs on top of a social life. It's just like things just had to give. So
It was a oh shit, like we're all losing it. We gotta go take a break, and then it comes all the way back around, and now it's just
Yeah.
acceptance that we're all kind of insane and have too much going on. It's a real tranquil place to be now at this point. Not much has changed. It's different energy.
Yeah.
I agree with that. It is a different energy.
And the best part of all of that is that even though our content's going to change up a little bit, it's going to be us focusing on shit that we really, really like. Some of the stuff that we just have in the works and you guys can hop in. I'm just going to go with the ones that like
Yeah.
I know I'm doing. But I love talking to people about shit they like that I don't understand. And so we're going to be diving into the Fast and the Furious saga.
I forgot about that.
There-
Cinema,
Great.
peak cinema.
I have only ever seen Tokyo Drift.
Oh, you've seen the best
but-
one already.
I've never
That's
seen
what I
any of
said.
them.
That's the only one I've ever seen.
Fast 5 exists.
If you have to only see one Fast and Furious movie, I would
Tokyo
honestly say Tokyo Drift. And I'm not joking.
So you just got a little preview of what that's going to be like. But yeah, we're going to talk to fans of the franchise about why they love it. And then for you, it will be instantaneous. But for us, we'll take a little break. We're going to go watch whatever movie we're doing that week and then come back and talk about it. I'm very excited because those aren't the kind of action movies I grew up watching. So that's going to be one of the things we're going to be doing.
Love it.
I'm going to be bitching about books because it's fun and I just want to.
How dare you?
How dare I bitch about books?
Yeah,
I
we
felt
don't-
like
we
that
don't
was a
do that
nice
here.
Yeah, books.
Okay,
On
but
shared
here's
It's
my
a
screens.
thing.
media club thing.
is we said on Media Club that we would never like do books like that in a way that I always took as a book club. This is me hate reading popular books and screaming into a microphone about why I think they're bad.
Just,
All right, we
just
accept
That's
that.
fair.
We'll
just
take
call your
that.
podcast Media
Yeah.
Club 2.
Two media, two club. Media Club 2 Electric Boogaloo.
You're literally
Okay.
seeing how our brainstorming sessions go. So
Media Club Tokyo Drift, baby.
This isn't a podcast. This is a meeting.
You're welcome.
Shared screens worse than
yeah, no,
ever.
shut up. And the final one, Jordan, do you want to say the final one that you and I are?
Oh,
Going
is it?
full-
We're making it official?
I'm making it official because Devin said to me recently he would be on episodes. So my viewpoint on that is like if you're busy, I have him, or it's us, and then we have everybody else.
Gotcha. So the other one is something me and Aaron came up with in college called Law and Order SAG Edition. Which, if you don't know, SAG
I'm so
is,
excited about this.
is the
Yeah.
union for actors, and Law and Order is kind of like actor jury duty, where like you got to do it at some point if you're New York based. Am I working on an intro that parodies the SVU thing? Yes, absolutely.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
I can't
So
wait
we're
for
just
that.
gonna find random celebrities Law and Order episodes and watch them.
We have
That's
a
so good.
list
Love
of
that.
like 50 so far, and I
And
haven't
there's
even
only
looked.
been 20 more seasons of SVU since
Well,
we've
that's
made
the
that
thing.
list.
Is I think the list I made is only up to season 12 because that's when Christopher Maloney as Elliot Stabler left, and I don't love it as much after he
Okay,
left.
can I be honest? I thought he left for maybe 5-ish years ago. He
No,
left the
years
show when
ago.
we were in high school.
Yeah, I
I-
remember when
I don't
Elliot
remember that,
Stabler left.
I remember hearing it, but I thought it was like, oh, that happened in college. I didn't realize he had
No.
been out of the game for so long.
That's why it was such a big deal when they brought back organized crime, and like he's a lead on that. But
I read the description for that, and they put that character through the fucking ringer to bring him back. God damn.
I'm
I
gonna be
know
so
I've-
for real. They put him through the ringer in the show. There's a period of time in the span of the show where Stabler goes through so much that he goes to the psychiatrist or the therapist that they have for cops, played by J.K. Simmons, and is like, I have been dreaming about murdering the people I arrest. And
Oh.
that's not okay.
Austin, is this what
Help.
it feels like when I talk about
Nice.
Star Wars in front of you?
No, that's
Because
worse.
like,
That's way worse. I at least have some touchdowns for Law and Order.
because they
We all
could
do.
say literally anything, and the only episode of
straight
Law
up
and
mine.
Order that is
You don't know Stabler?
in my brain is
You don't know the hot bald guy?
is the parody episode that they did on Community.
Community.
Yeah,
100%. That's
I
my,
love that.
that's my only
I honestly
touchdown
love
for it,
that.
too.
So.
I don't
It's
even have
perfect,
that.
by the way. That
Yeah.
that is
10 out of 10
pitch
episode.
perfect episode of Law and
Yeah.
Order, but like
This is literally a meeting. Like the
Yeah.
energy I'm
Honestly,
feeling, this is just how our
yeah,
meetings
It
go.
is,
So.
but it's fine. They
But
deserve
how
to see
often
this.
have we said we should record our meetings? So like,
Oh,
what
all
the
the
fuck
time.
ever?
Yeah.
and listen,
Um,
it's like we want to give the people a peek inside. Yeah,
we?
you know. Now
I mean, if we
behold
want
the
to, I
madness.
It's true.
It's a scary place to be.
Terrifying.
So we
Some
thought also, since we're just coming back, do any of you have anything else you want to like talk about that you want to do before I
Yeah,
take the lead, Alex?
I was working on stuff.
Yeah, I've been so I mean, if you guys remember year or so, maybe a year and a half, 2 years ago now.
2 years
Actually no,
ago?
this was actually towards the beginning of when we were shared screens actually. I had a little series I was working on called Origins, and so that was like a little video essay kind of series, and that's always been something I've wanted to do, but because I had to kind of pick up the slack of editing.
None of us knew
since
how
Chance-
to edit, and so we made Alec edit everything. Alex being nice. None of us
Yeah.
knew how to edit, and so Alec had to edit everything.
Yeah. So a lot of that had kind of fallen to the wayside, but now since we're kind of restructured how we're doing things, kind of taking a lot more laid back approach, I'm actually going to be toying with some video essays or some like shorter form content, like 5 to 10, maybe 15 minutes for some of the longer ones, just some of that highly edited stuff. So you guys can look forward to that. I have a couple ideas toying around in the brain of some topics, but nothing I really want to share now. But that's gonna be one of those things like they'll be there when they're there. There's no real schedule to them. So
You don't want to tease anything about one of your topics? Nothing?
I haven't really. I've literally just done some brainstorming, so I haven't really fleshed any of them out.
Fair enough.
Don't say anything you can't deliver on. Smart.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
I got stuff
Yeah.
cooking. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
When Josh and I decide
Sounds so
to
threatening.
mingle again, Pit Boys will be returning. I don't know when. We still need
Yeah.
to talk about it, but we are still going
Good
to.
boys will return.
We're still
And
going
we'll
to
listen, no matter how long it takes, it'll be out before Fallout 5. So like you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
I
gonna
like
be a
it.
while.
I like it. But yeah, it will return. You'll get more of our nonsense and ranking the vaults as they come. I think our last episode was it with the show?
I think so.
Okay,
Maybe
so,
one.
yeah.
that's a decent one to take a small hiatus
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
so,
I think so.
but it will return.
Sick. Yeah. So now we're taking you right back to elementary school with what we did on our summer vacation. Are these answers going to be exciting? We're all in our late 20s, so not really. But
Early 30s for some of us.
Early 30s. Yep.
Let's not say who.
Not yet. Not yet.
The ageist.
Not yet.
I
Getting there.
wasn't being ageist. I was just trying to be kind.
Yeah, of all the people that have problems with this, Leerin. Yeah, let's attack Leerin.
Listen, let's have the audience guess who's in their early 30s and who's in their late 20s.
Oh no, Jordan,
put a-
I
we'll
feel like
put a poll.
you don't.
I Okay, like last night, me and a friend went to a bar where it's like there's pool, there's Uno, there's cards, there's ping pong,
Did
whatever.
you say Uno?
Uno at a bar
Yes,
sounds dope.
I've never been
and
to a bar that had Uno.
Kind of.
it had Connect Four as well and Jenga.
Hell yeah.
And I know I'm aware of how I look, man. I know you're not like it's nothing new. And we were talking to people and like the idea of like just in a group they're like, oh, like how old are you? And I was like, okay, guess, because this is my favorite thing to play because I've looked like this for 10 years. And they're like, somebody gets 32, somebody gets 26. I was like, okay,
Cool.
kind of both ends. I'm 28, but I was like, for context, and I pulled up a picture from my freshman year of college, and I went, if I didn't look significantly different in terms of like how I style myself, like how old do I look in this picture? And they're like, wait, you look 28 in that, and I was 18.
Well,
you got the Paul Rudd kind of thing going on. You're frozen in time at this point, right?
Yeah, I was a ugly ass high schooler because I looked 30, but now I'm like catching up.
Yeah, I have to be so honest. Since he said it, I don't feel bad about saying it. I've known Jordan since we were 13. Jordan has looked the exact same the entire time I've known him.
Just perpetually 31.
I love it.
Yes, he has the beard he has always had. The long hair, he has looked
At
with the
13?
When you
exception
met
of
me, I had short hair, shortish.
short-ish, but not like.
I've never had a buzz cut in front of you.
And you
You-
never like when you. Sorry, I'm really.
When I
putting you on
accidentally
blast
shaved
here.
my head, you
When
didn't see me.
that, and when you were in Greece, you had really short hair,
Oh.
and I didn't really see you with that. I'm
you
putting
say-
Jordan as a theater kid. Just
It's
fully on
fine. I looked
blast.
hot in that. I looked hot as Kaneki.
Did you say accidentally shaved your head?
Yes,
Yes.
Jordan accidentally shaved his head.
Sophomore at the end of my sophomore year of high school, I bought a device because my beard was coming in even more, and I was like, all right, oh, this thing also has things to do hair with. Let me give myself a haircut. And
Didn't go well.
I tried, and I was like, I was doing okay. I'm not gonna say I was doing good. I was doing okay. Cleared out all the hair from the machine, slapped the thing back on. Didn't realize when I slapped it back on, I set it to 0. Zoop. And here's the thing. That's where I should have stopped. That's where I was like, hey, we got a 0 patch. And I was like, nah, I can fix this. And if I just do like a really short crew, but then I have a really round head, so I couldn't figure out where to start it and where to make it a 3. And then eventually it was a mohawk, and then it's gone. And I used the 0 setting to do my beard. So if you did this, you couldn't tell where hair started and beard ended.
Yeah,
That's funny.
kind of pulled the
It
Marshall
was a-
from How Much Mother.
Oh, straight up.
I looked like a chemo patient with eyebrows.
Yeah. I love Jordan. He is one of my favorite people on the planet. But my God, he needs hair on his head. He needs a beard and he needs hair on his head.
I can't
Without it, he
imagine
looks
without
weird.
it. Yeah.
For context of the photo I showed people,
Here it is.
Like a cue ball with a fit. Oh.
That's an
look at you with the
18-year-old boy.
mohawk.
Ooh,
You
I
do
don't
look
like
kind
That
of
is
like
a
29 in that.
25-year-old
Yeah.
douchebag.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm not vibing with that, Jordan.
All you had to do just to really complete it was pop the collar up a bit.
Oh,
like
No,
that
you
would've
know what
sold
that
it.
really looks like? I've been watching a lot of Real Housewives of New Jersey. That
don't
looks
like where
like a
that's going.
25-year-old asshole in a club in fucking Newark, New Jersey, my guy. Like,
It was a Jordanian wedding in Yonkers.
Close enough.
Just
I'm
as
not going to
bad.
say anything. Not
Anyway.
the Jordanian, but what makes it close enough is not the Jordanian
The
part. it's
Yonkers part.
Yonkers.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, Yonkers is the Newark of New York.
Yeah.
If it makes you feel better, I had a full mustache since I was 11. So
Nice.
what I tell people is like you cannot flirt at all when you're in middle school.
Can
up
you
until high
flirt?
school.
No, but can you buy lotto tickets? Yes.
Still no.
In middle school?
No, like early high school, I got away with it a few times
Wow. Fair enough.
All right.
Why?
because
Just
I knew
for the
'cause
thrill to see if you could? Or like,
might
that,
win.
and also because my dad had the liquor store which had lotto tickets. Like I would walk in speaking like the language, and they're like, "This dude's been around the block."
yeah, but the thing is, if you win, you can't claim it.
My dad can.
Just give it to someone who could.
Fair, yeah.
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 Because that's a.
My
What-
parents are
what
gonna
could go
gr-
wrong?
If I win the lottery, my parents aren't gonna ground me
What
for
could
it.
possibly go wrong with that?
Love it.
Anyway,
All right.
who wants to
Yeah.
share what they did?
I can start.
Alec, take it away.
I've actually May was definitely a rough month for me, so I had a lot of car troubles, so that was real fun. Had some flat tires, or a flat tire, I should say, but because my car is all-wheel drive, I had to get them all replaced. So that was $800 unexpectedly.
Ooh.
Then literally the following week, my radiator blew as I was driving down the highway.
Oh no.
So that was an $1,100 repair. And then after that got fixed, they're like, "Hey, one of your wheel bearings is about to go, so
course it
you
is.
definitely need to get that replaced."
It rains, of
So
course.
luckily, they were quoting it for like $600, but the place that we normally get my car fixed at, he did it for $325. So
Not bad.
basically, within a month span, I think I have spent about $1,700 on my car.
Car troubles make me sidle both homo and suis.
Yeah.
Luckily, I have my parents, so they were able to help me. Because
Just move on. Just move on.
Exactly. See, that's what you got to do with Jordan sometimes. You just gotta bulldoze through it. But because let me just tell you, that just the tires that basically drained my bank account. So
I feel that.
Yeah,
and,
no, I feel it. Are you good?
Alec, I'm sorry. He stole your thunder a little bit.
I know.
I'm
I
so
know.
sorry. It's
No,
not
because
even
it's like-
Jordan isn't what got me. What got me was Austin going, "We're just gonna move on."
Just keep
Yep.
going.
Yep.
And in turn, me saying that made us stop.
Yep.
Ooh,
Exactly.
I'm so sorry. I don't know why that was so funny.
Anyway, so that's kind of what, at least for me, kind of prompted the wanting to go on a bit of a break, because definitely was not feeling like I wanted to spend a whole weekend doing reaction content, because let me tell you, that E3 weekend always just drains me. And so
Mhm.
after a month like that, I'm like, I was not feeling it. But June anyway, I was doing some adulting. So actually, like right at the end of May, I had my physical, which I haven't had a physical in God knows how long.
No, I thought you meant like fucking.
Did you?
Power
Did you
to
think
Jordan,
that?
Jordan,
He said
shush,
adult things.
shush.
Oh. Okay.
No, like
Oh.
adulting, like being an
Adulting,
adult.
not
Oh,
adult.
I heard adult
things.
things, and I was like, damn.
No. So at my
How do I
physical,
mute Jordan for a second?
I've been wondering the
Yeah.
same thing, man.
so at my physical, I actually talked to my doctor because, as some people may know, I'm quite a bit overweight, and so I actually talked to him about ways to start working on that. And he actually prescribed me something called Wellbutrin, which definitely has been helping. And because that was on May 31st when he prescribed me that, and I had that physical. And since then, I have lost about 30 pounds. So
That's
Hey,
fucking
that's
awesome.
great.
yeah. And it's
Yes,
only
dude.
been, we're recording August 18th. So yeah, it's been about 2.5 months. Yeah, down about 30 pounds.
That's excellent, man.
So it's
Yeah.
like
Hell yeah.
that's over 10 pounds a month. Like that's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
That's
really
significant.
good.
Yeah.
And honestly, a lot of that I've been posting about it in our Discord, which link to that in the description if you want to join. A lot of that has honestly just been meal planning, just kind of cutting out fast food for the most part. I maybe do
I
like
could never.
one fast food thing a week just to try and cut that out. But yeah, it's been real great. I'm gonna tell you, having a crock pot for meal preps
Oh yeah. It's a game
helps a
changer.
ton.
Crock-pot.
Crockpot
I do
meals
love
are great
crock-pots.
because, like, they're
I-
never bad.
Yeah. Like even if you just kind of throw something together, it's like this is
It
That's
always
literally
works
all I ever
out.
do.
This is more
That's
than
literally
edible.
all I
Yeah.
ever do.
Yeah.
It's always chicken, broccoli, and then either pasta or rice, and then just whatever kind of sauce I'm feeling that week.
Mhm.
Right.
Also, Wellbutrin. This means half of this podcast is on that medication. So if you want to sponsor us, I
Hit us
mean-
up, you know what I'm saying?
I didn't know
and
I
we're
was
all on it
Wellbutrin.
for you are the skinny, happy, horny drug. And the last one, none of us are on it for that. But the first two,
Doesn't hurt.
Jordan's on one right now.
But anyway, after that, so there was one time, what was it? Maybe mid-July, I want to say. I was just one night I was brushing my teeth. I haven't been taking the best care of my teeth. I haven't been to the dentist in God knows how long. Probably since I was in high school or early college. Back when I was still living with my parents on their insurance. And it's like, I probably should, been hearing, some stuff. It's like, I probably should start taking better care of my teeth. So start, just brushing my teeth one night, and something big fell kind of in between my front teeth. I'm like, oh, that doesn't feel good. So pulled it out, whatever it was after, and it's like, oh, I thought I chipped my tooth. Big old thing. It's like, oh, that. What was weird about it though, I wasn't too concerned at first, was that there was no blood, didn't hurt at all. So I'm like, okay, that's weird. This was like 9 o'clock at night. Like I'm literally like right about to go to bed.
It always is.
Yeah. So I didn't think anything of it at first. And then I think it was maybe about 10:30, 11 before I'm like, it was one of those like intrusive thoughts kind of right as you're falling asleep.
Mhm.
Like, I should probably get that taken care of. So, of course, since I haven't been to the dentist and now I'm on my own insurance, I don't have a dentist. So I had to do the fun thing of
It's the worst.
going to
I'm in
all the
process of that
dentists
right now.
and filling out all these like contacts, because it's 11 o'clock at night. So I obviously can't call anybody. So I filled out, I think, maybe 3 different ones around me. And one of them actually got back to me before I even got into work the next day. And they're like, hey, we can see you at noon today if you can be there. And yeah, I was maybe there for 10 minutes. And they're like, oh, it wasn't chipped tooth. It was just tartar buildup that just finally, because he brushed teeth, it just
Good.
came
Okay,
out. So, but yeah, let me tell you, it was definitely a stressful about 12, 13 hours at that point.
Yeah, no
I was
kidding.
honestly gonna guess tonsil stone because I've had that, and you're like, oh, that's not a tooth, right? And you're like, nope, this tonsil stone. It's just like an itty bitty little white thing. Yeah,
I hate the dentist. Like the way like a
fun.
6-year-old hates the dentist, I still hate
Mhm.
the dentist.
I'm
Oh, yeah.
about that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, especially
Okay.
just
Yeah,
like
see-
I grew up like middle school getting like braces. I had multiple surgeries
Oh, yeah.
done and stuff, and so it's just I hate it. That said, I'm in a similar situation now where there was a point for a long time where I just really didn't take super good care of myself. That very includes my teeth. So I kind of had the similar thing to where I was like, man, I should really go to the dentist. And Brittany was like, he's like, you're on my health insurance. We have dental coverage. And I went, fuck me, we do.
Oh yeah, I've been paying
Yeah.
for it since I got my own insurance,
Dental is
and
usually
I haven't done anything.
pretty cheap.
So I'm
Oh, yeah, it is.
I'm now in the process of that similar thing of just trying to find somebody within my coverage, right?
Mhm.
And that's a fucking pain in the ass. Is
Oh,
what that
see,
is.
that's try doing that at 11 o'clock at night when you think you have a chipped tooth.
No, that's 10
Yeah.
times worse. Admittedly.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. And
Yeah.
so luckily that place, they actually scheduled me for an appointment because were within my insurance place too. So got it scheduled for end of August. And since I already had that day off, August 30th, day that Star Wars Outlaws come out, that's kind of the reason I took that day
yeah.
off.
Smart.
Smart.
Yeah. So I scheduled it for first thing in the morning, 8 o'clock, getting that done. And then
Very
also
first.
continuing the
Saturday.
adulting, I actually got my self scheduled for an eye doctor appointment because that's another one I haven't had in a while because,
He's doing everything.
oh, yeah, it's one of those things like I'm 30 now. I
What
gotta
a-
start
what-
taking better care of
see-
myself.
you see what
are they
happened when
called?
we gave Alec a
Those
break?
things like the yeah, I know, right? He started saying
Gave Alex
he's
too much. He's like,
oh,
all right,
Like
now let me
taking
let
care
me
of my
take care of
body.
Well,
myself.
see, that's the thing is that now that I didn't have to think about the podcast, because that's what I'm not joking. Like, there's so many times that when I'm at work and I'm just thinking about, okay, what are we doing for the podcast? What do I need to get done? Like, it's just the brain's just constantly in content mode. So having that couple months off was just like, okay, I need to do other things now. I have my brain free to think about other things. And
At this rate, if we take off till the end of the year, you will come back in 2025 with a hot bod, laser eye
different
surgery, and perfect teeth.
just
Yeah.
I ain't getting paid for laser eye surgery. I've had glasses since I was 6 months old. I can handle them for the rest
Fair.
of my life.
I
I had
don't like the
perfect
way I
vision.
look without glasses.
Yeah,
it's
I'm the
I
same
would
way.
just, I would just rather have them.
I got
I
20/20,
can
baby.
barely handle
Fucking
the eye
brag about it.
doctor examining my eyes. I cannot. There is not enough Valium in the world for me to be able to handle laser eye surgery.
Yep.
Like,
I can't do eye stuff. Like in movies when they're like any kind
It's the
of
worst.
injury to an eyeball, like I cannot.
Same,
Shout out to
dude.
Spider-Man
I have
2.
to look away.
somebody
Oh, yeah.
recommended me a book recently, and I was like, "Oh, what is it about?" Because it was like it's called like The Eyes See All or something like that, and it's a horror
Mhm.
thriller. I was like, "What was it? What's it about?" And she was like, "Oh, it's this like girl really hates her mom's new boyfriend and becomes like fascinated with like killing him, but specifically shit with his eyes. So it's a lot of eye body horror. I was like,
Ooh.
I'm so good.
Nope.
I
Oh,
don't
goodness.
need that
I'm good.
anywhere near me.
I'm okay. I'll pass.
Yeah. We're mm, ugh.
Yeah.
I get it.
How did you get through that Game of Thrones scene where Pedro Pascal's eyes get
That was
poked?
bad. That was honestly
Yeah.
because I hadn't read the books yet and I didn't know that that was coming. That was a total surprise for me. And oh my god, it's that scene is horrific, especially because like he's taunting the dude. He's taunting the big guy and like you know that this is not going to go well for him because taunting people never goes well for people in Game of Thrones. It always leads to them dying. And he fucking knocks him over, flips him, does the eye thing, and then picks up his head like by
Mm-mm.
the skull and slams it down. And Pedro Pascal was also my favorite character. I loved his
Yep.
fuck, why can't I think of his first name? Anyway,
Him, you know?
who he played.
Mhm.
Oberyn Martell, that's his name.
Sure.
I loved him. I was crushed when he died. No pun
You
intended.
know what else was crushed? That skull.
Fuck off.
Jesus. This did remind me of like or kind of jog my whatever. You'll get the point where I'm going here. A good podcast topic would be like scenes from TV or movies that fucked with us.
Dude, I have
Because
so
I have
many.
so many. Yeah. I have
The
a
nail
lot.
going
I
into
got
the
a
foot in
couple.
Home Alone 2.
That's a really good topic
Ooh.
for spooky season.
Uh-huh.
Ooh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Somebody write
I
that
recently
down.
brought up I think it was in our meeting, like the clown from Spawn.
Yeah.
Oh
I recently
yeah.
brought that up
Yeah.
and that
Oh god,
every once in a while it's in my dreams. Every once in a while it comes back.
horrible.
Sleep paralysis
Horrible.
demon.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
straight up.
Horrible.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Summer
so I've
sucked.
had yeah. I've been pretty productive this summer. I say that, but honestly, I really haven't because a lot of my free time, has actually just been spent sitting on the couch.
But like that's fine.
That's
People
the
talk
best
shit
place.
about that,
Guys,
but
yeah,
that's
why would you want to do
Totally
it?
Yeah.
okay.
Exactly. Because working
all
40
day.
hours a week, it's especially like my job. I'm working on basically a computer all day, so
Mhm.
and the kind of problem solving all that. So like by the time I get home, my brain is just spent.
You're just
So like, the
drained.
last thing I want to do is think.
Sometimes the couch can be your home, and that's okay.
Yep. Oh yeah. Like
my-
much like Sheldon on Big Bang Theory, I have my spot
Sure.
Yeah.
right there. Right there.
My wife will come home from work being on her feet all day and be like, "Time to walk the dogs," and I'm like, "You're insane.
You're
Like, you have fun. I'm not doing that." And then I end up
Yikes.
going.
I
with her.
do
Anyway.
operate on that. I can't if I got shit I gotta do when I come home from work, I
Can't sit
cannot
down.
sit down until I do
Yeah,
it
I'm the
because I
same
will
I
way.
tell her, "Don't let me sit down
I'm
because
the
I
same
won't
way.
go."
Yeah.
I'm the same way.
Yeah, I have to do
Um,
that with Brittany to where like I know we have stuff to do. I'm coming home from work right now. We're gonna do it the moment I get in because I will
Yep.
sit down. I will not want to do anything else.
I think having people around helps with that because, like, when I was living
does.
alone, like, it's straight up like the second I got home, the speed in which I would get out from my work clothes into just like sweats and then lay down in my bed to unwind. But then, like, yeah, once you start, you're like, okay,
It's over.
this is where I
Yep.
will
Yeah.
be forever.
I will
it.
say it's gotten better since I started taking ADHD medication. Who knew?
Hell yeah.
Who would have guessed?
Who knew
Yeah,
that
that's another
ADHD
thing I have to get
medication
around to
worked?
doing is fucking medication. I should be on it
Fucking
at this point,
medication.
you know? But also, I mean, there's it's why is my brain blanking on the name of it now? What's the big-
Adderall.
Thank you. I mean, there's still like an Adderall shortage. Like I can't. It's
Oh, right.
just hard for me to get.
Yeah, that is the
is
joy
really
of
annoying.
being a woman. There are very few, but this is one of them. Adderall isn't like the mainly recommended medication for ADHD in women. It's actually Wellbutrin.
Oh,
So now I'm on that. Yeah, they find it's like a lot of the time it's a dopamine problem in women. So
interesting.
I take it's like the immediate release. I take it like Adderall, but it's just
Mhm.
and it's night and day difference. I have a notebook that I write out like my to-do list every day at work in. And I use like a highlighter to cross them out when I do it. Looking at my notebook and what I complete in a day from before I was taking the ADHD medication to
Nightmare.
after is one of my favorite things.
Yeah. See, I
and
wasn't
tell.
told that Wellbutrin was for like, or kind of is one of the things that they use for ADHD. Like when my doctor he was giving me like I think he gave me like 3 or 4 different options for medications. And the reason why I ended up picking Wellbutrin is that it was because I did say at one point that I just, when I get home from work, I just don't have the motivation to work out.
Mhm.
Like I get home and I just want to, like I said, sit on the couch, just do nothing,
Mhm.
unwind from the day. And one of the reasons why I picked Wellbutrin is that I said that kind of helps with the dopamine and like getting that motivation. So all the
Yeah,
others, I'm like, they don't like sounded. I can't remember what any of them were, but they weren't bad. But it was just one of those like that's the one that for me at least,
Yeah.
Right.
yeah,
like the
that,
one that I need.
that was my doctor's logic too. When with it, with compared to all the other ones, it was like, oh, like a lack of motivation was a big thing with my depression. So like,
Mhm.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I love it.
If you couldn't tell, our summers were really
Boring.
stellar.
I don't
Oh yeah,
Do we want
Phineas and
to
Ferb
keep that
lied to
energy
us,
going?
man.
Because I can deliver.
Lay it on me, Chris.
Oh.
do it.
So earlier this year, well, I guess not earlier this year, like a couple years ago, the company I worked for, in a job that I really really liked, got bought out by a much bigger corporation. It was a smaller company, got bought, sold to this bigger one, and I had to watch over the last 2 years as this job and work culture that I really liked just slowly got dissolved and was going away, to the point where in my last few months there, I was basically told in no uncertain terms that it's like, oh yeah, we purchased y'all for your clients. We're basically dissolving your team and the product that you work on, and all of this stuff is going to eventually go away. So it's either assimilate or get gone. So I got gone. I spent a couple months basically unemployed, and then two of my best friends who are having the opposite experience that I am, where they finally fulfilled one of their dreams of purchasing a restaurant. They own it, and they were like, "Dude, you need money, right? You please come work for us. Like, we need people. We've like done this before." And I was like, "Yeah." So now I am a line cook professionally, slinging burgers. It feels really good for my mental health, let me tell you. But it is really nice though. I'm on my feet again. I have money in my pocket for
Whoa.
essentially like not having work for like a year. Like when they were like dissolving like my team, me and most of the people in my department got bumped down to part time, and then like our hours got cut in half. Like my last 2 months there, I would work there maybe 8 hours a week, and can't live off of that.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was
Jeez.
bad.
Not at all.
It was really
Not
I
at
really bad.
also, you being a line cook just kind of fits your vibe.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
really
explain
appreciate
that.
I really
Um,
appreciate that, especially because I mean, it's those are pretty like rough and tumble kind of people. I can go in there, I can swear as much as I want. It's I like having that sort of looser environment to work, and it helps that I started rewatching The Bear right before I started working there again, and I'm a little bit
Nice.
better. I just noticed I'm wearing a fucking plain white T-shirt.
well,
So
yeah, that's part of it too.
That
is
was
you're-
not on purpose.
That was
it just
Fine,
happened.
dude.
the man bun, the gold chain, the plain white T-shirt, the
Hey,
tattoos.
these are silver. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
My sister-in-law
Sorry.
broke my sister-in-law broke
Wasn't-
the clasp on my gold one. That's where this bruise came from. We got really drunk and started wrestling, and she bit me.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
So that's where that comes from. It hurts a
Excuse
lot
me?
still. We've known she and I have been best friends since we were like 15. Very very close. Not the first time we've wrestled, won't be the last time. But that is the first time she fucking tried to bite my arm in half. God damn.
Yeah, it's not the wrestling that we all were like, oh my god, it was,
Oh, the
I have
biting?
this
Yeah.
bruise because she bit me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, there's two. There's one here and then one here.
Well, I'm also a little stuck on that. Like, it's not one of your siblings or like your wife but it's it's your sister-in-law. That's hilarious.
She might as well be my sister.
Why would it be
Extremely close.
better if he came on here and was like, yeah, Brittany bit me? I would be like, I don't think
She
she
bites
wants
too,
you
but not
saying
that
that on
hard.
the podcast.
I mean, he didn't say she didn't.
She bites too, just not that hard. we were fucking messed up. Let me tell you, we were drunk
Again,
as,
yeah.
drunk
Who won?
as shit.
Who won?
I did. That's why
Oh,
she was
okay,
biting me.
alright.
Is I had her in a fucking chokehold. She wouldn't tap, and I just
I
held her
don't-
there until she
They never
finally
do,
tapped.
Chris. They never do.
She did. I got her eventually.
Oh, okay.
It's all good. I got her. I won.
On the
But all
record.
that-
On the record.
But all that to
Ding,
say
ding.
though is that despite it starting out really really rough with all the job and stuff, like the summer kind of turned around after I started cooking. I'm learning some like legitimate like kitchen skills, which is really really fun. I've been calling this my sort of like eat pray love moment, to where it's like, okay, I have an opportunity to sit where I'm making a decent enough money to live.
Yeah.
it took a lot of anxiety off me to have like a job that I have hours at again, because I spent
Mhm.
6-7 months shopping around looking for something that was equivalent to where I was, and I mean, the tech and streaming job market right now is awful to try and get into. So I'm making less money than I was. Like, don't get me wrong, but it is nice to at least be stable and not
Just
have that.
consistent.
How the fuck am I going to pay my rent this month anymore? I don't have that.
Mhm.
So now I get to. I was like, okay, I can breathe for a little bit. I can pause. I can kind of sit down essentially and figure out what I want to do when I grow up, which is kind of what my summer has been. I'm kind of thinking culinary. That might be kind of neat. Regardless, through that though, in a similar thing, Al, I was just kind of like, okay, I'm going to be really active again. I need to. I've been working office jobs for years and years. Like, I want to make sure that I'm in good physical shape, because that's how I perform my job now. It's also fucking hot in the kitchen too. So I have also lost a decent amount of weight, which is really fun. I've lost 20 pounds in the
Nice.
last three months. Which is now
Hey.
a lot of
Yeah, I
that
was
is
gonna
water
say
weight.
you're working in a sauna.
It is so hot that there's no more water in me. So that's that's kind of what
Yeah.
it is. But I started working
Yeah,
out
that's
on top of that. I'm getting there. There's been a couple times where for the first time in years, where I kind of walk past the mirror and I go, oh, hey, they're like, what's up, good looking? What are you doing later? And so
Brittany just
that's
opens
really,
the door to
really
find you
fun.
making out
I'm
with the mirror.
just, get out!
oh my god.
But as far as like what I've done for the summer, I've worked a lot. I know how to make food now, which is really cool. I've worked out a lot, which is really fun to be back in that. I've probably played less video games in the last few months than I think I have in years, though, and it's like that. It almost hurts a little bit to feel like I'm so disconnected from that. I see all the news and stuff, and I'm watching all that, but really I've just been like, all right, video game time. Street Fighter, I'm gonna keep playing this. I'm learning
Man,
Lydia in Tekken 8. She just came out. She's really good.
say September and October though, like there's just games coming out.
I've played
I'm
3
waiting.
games.
I'm waiting for Outlaws. Warhammer Space Marine 2 looks fucking incredible. I can't wait for that.
Mhm.
It's going to blow my computer up probably.
Astrobot.
I don't know if that's a day one for me.
It is for me,
Oh,
baby.
that's-
Let's
that's-
go,
I would
Alex.
say that's day one for
Let's
me.
fucking
Because
go.
it comes out at the same day as fucking Space Marine, and like
Oh.
I'm probably gonna go play Space Marine.
This guy.
Mhm.
This guy.
What have y'all seen the gameplay for Space Marine? It's
Yes.
completely
yeah.
different than the original one. Like, I mean, it's like 4-player co-op, like PvE. It's got PvP in it. It's like I don't give a shit about 40K. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, I do not care about it at
Mhm.
all. But
Mhm.
the moment I saw, hey, the campaign is basically like Helldivers style kind of shit, then I went, oh, I can convince my friends to play this with me. I can do that.
Mhm.
And so now we're all big on it. One of my uber nerd friends has constantly been explaining the lore to me, and I beg him to stop every time. I don't give a shit. Which is what we do to one of I tried the Elden Ring like seamless co-op mod before
yeah.
the
Yep.
DLC came out and like nuked it.
Yep.
And one of there were 4 of us, and like 3 of us were like pretty deep in it. Like, I was starting to enjoy Elden Ring enough. I fucking hate FromSoft games. I can't stand them. But I was playing it to play with my friends, and I ended up really liking Elden Ring. I started watching like Vati Vidya's stuff on the lore and things, and so our 4th in that group just likes to play video games and hang out with his friends. He's not like that super deep into it, and so we made like a running bit to constantly just annoy him with as much deep lore about Elden Ring at every single opportunity we could.
I love that.
So now I'm gonna have to get into 40K lore and do the same thing to my buddy
That's
one more
a must.
time. You know what I mean? It's just I got to do it, and I'm just slowly creeping down the more and more nerd letters we're going. I've been big on anime again, which has been really fun.
Same.
I've finally made the jump into One Piece, like the show. I've been reading the manga for a while.
Literally today, I started watching. 5 episodes in.
I appreciate
Sorry,
this.
Austin. I just finished.
I've downed 7,000 ago.
Well, so
Yeah.
my approach to this
Proud.
was, I was like, I've always wanted to watch it, but the commitment for it, just in terms of
Yes.
time, is the hard part.
Can I stop you real quick?
Sure.
Do you know there's a remake happening?
Yes, the One Piece. I've been
Oh,
following
yeah.
that very
Yeah.
closely.
Okay, so I mean,
In fact,
starting now,
Netflix just did like a interview with a bunch of the producers on it and stuff. You should watch it. It's really good.
Starting now is kind of like the best time because you can kind of just pick up wherever you leave off on
Yeah.
the remake. Because
So
what they're doing is they're just shortening everything.
Is it
So that
like,
was kind of what
I'm-
it's done by a different studio than just doing the main one. The main one's going to still keep going, but this is like the Dragon Ball Z Kai to Dragon Ball Z, if that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's
yeah.
the studio that's doing it is the Attack on Titan, or the people who did season 4, I think.
Which is
I didn't
studio,
know
yeah.
that.
Yes, it's
Are they
it's
straight
the
up
AOT.
like redrawing, reanimating, or are they
Yes.
just taking the
Oh, yeah.
episodes and dubbing them over again and
it's brand
condensing
new.
it?
Brand new
Oh, shit.
content. Yeah.
It's brand
Yeah.
new to the point
Which-
where Ishiro Oda like even came to say to him, he was like, please don't just like make this a 1-to-1, like please go in and make it feel a different thing. As long as you capture the vibes of it and like
Yep.
the general story, then you're good.
I'm-
What I
I'm
did
all
to get
for it.
into is I've been reading the manga on the Shonen Jump app. I used to read as a teenager. I was like, okay, I'm going to sit down and read all of this, and rather than watching thousands of episodes first to catch up, is I just found like a stopping point in the manga, and I just picked it up right there. So I just finished Impel Down.
Gotcha.
Austin is where I'm at
Whew.
in the manga, which was fucking stellar.
It's awesome.
And I started watching that. I finished Cyberpunk Edge Runners. That was amazing.
That's really
And
good.
it's emotionally devastating is what it is.
Yeah, but I love that shit. So
I mean, I'm talking. You finished Cyberpunk Edge Runners. You're sitting. I sat here in my chair for a half hour after finishing the last episode, just blank staring at a wall because I could not. I was just trying to take it all in. It was heartbreaking.
boy, let me get to Berserk here in a little bit, okay?
Oh, boy.
Because
Oh, boy.
it's the same vibe.
Yeah, so there was a deal on Prime Day where you could get, I think it was 2 months of Crunchyroll for 99 cents. So that's why I've been getting into a lot of anime. Because I think I have to like middle of September, I think, before that goes up. So yeah, I binged through Attack on Titan, and there's like, I think in the episodes before you get to like the movies at the end of the show, there's like 80, 90 some episodes, I want to say.
Oof.
And I think I got through because there's 4 seasons. I think I got through about halfway through season 4 in about a week, maybe 5 6 days, something like that. And it was one of those points where I was like, because if you know anything about that show, it's a very dark, heavy show. And so it just got to that point where I'm like, as much as I want to continue this, I need to take a breather. Need to change the vibe a bit. Need to
That's
watch something a bit more uplifting.
I have people
Spy
trying
X
to
Family.
get me to watch
Start that
Attack
one.
on
It's very good.
Titans, and it's like I can't.
Attack on
It's so
Titan is
good,
one of those
though.
things where even if you don't vibe with it, you just have to acknowledge that the writing in that show is impeccable. It's
I feel
really,
like I
really,
can
really
acknowledge
good.
that from afar, though.
Yeah,
That's
and
where
with
I'm
you.
at.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
It's
Like-
totally fine.
I watched 2 seasons of it. And I was like, this show's not for me, but like it's good.
The Titans really freak me out.
Yeah,
Eating
that checks out.
people really
yeah.
freaks me out.
Yeah,
But
that's super fair.
People being stepped on kind
As
of
someone
upsets
who
me.
didn't even finish it because I just got so tired of like where the story was going. Like there isn't another anime like it. There just isn't. There just isn't.
Yeah.
It's in its own little league.
Yeah,
over
it is.
there.
Yeah, it's its own
Writing.
thing.
And
Yep.
I've just realized that like I think I like animes, but I don't watch real ones, I think is part of it. Because
nothing
I
wrong with
watch
that.
like Castlevania, which I don't think is
Oh,
real.
Castlevania fucks,
that
dude.
is.
No,
Is it
Castlevania's
real?
rad as shit. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then I watch Blood of Zeus, and I think I'm the only person on earth who watches
got
that
you.
show on
Is that
Netflix.
on
Heard of
Netflix.
it.
Yes.
That's the one where
Yeah.
there's like a massive tournament. Am I making that up?
Yes. At one
I'm
point
in.
there is a
Okay, hold
massive
on. No,
tournament.
that's yeah.
I was
I'd
gonna
love
say,
to. Yeah,
all
I'm in.
about-
That's
What
all
anime
you had to
doesn't
say.
have a massive tournament?
It's
Hold
all
on.
about,
the
like-
entire anime is a tournament, is what I'm getting at.
Okay.
I mean, like, yeah,
look it up,
it's
because I don't
so it's
think that's what
about
it's
like
called.
Greek
So Tekken.
gods and like
Gods.
Chronicles of the illegitimate son of Zeus, a young man
Yeah,
tasked with
it's very
saving heaven and
Hades.
earth.
Cool.
Which is very anime inspired. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very fun. It's a bunch. So it's like the illegitimate child of Zeus, which sounds dumb, but it works. And they have a bunch of different gods in it, and
Nope, I'm thinking a
like
different
what?
The one I'm thinking of, sorry, is called Record of Ragnarok, and the
Yeah,
whole thing is
I've
like
heard of that one.
they have humans fight gods, and these are like hand-picked humans to fight
Oh,
hand-picked
interesting.
gods, and it's
Hmm.
it's literally just when you get those really dope fight scenes in anime, and you're like, oh, watch this episode. That's the entire show. Anyway, sorry, Larry. I
Yeah,
didn't mean
no,
to.
this is more like there are a bunch of tournaments because it is like they're fighting titans and like mythical, like Greek mythical monsters and all that kind of shit. And
Same
it's
vibe, then,
kind
cool.
of like it's one of the tales that was like lost to history from the Age of Heroes, which is like Hercules, Theseus, all that shit. I really like it. It's brutal as fuck. Hera is a really, really scary villain. I am terrified of her. um, but I don't know if that counts.
It definitely
Also.
counts.
It counts.
Definitely
All anime
counts.
counts.
But I
Hey,
want to
so-
watch Full Metal
Alchemist
Alchemist
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
that's
Brotherhood's
on
the
my
one you
list
wanna
as
watch.
well.
You want to know
Brotherhood is the one
something
you want to watch.
crazy about me?
If
I've
you say
never
that you
seen that,
okay, I thought you were
Never
about to say you
once.
like the original over Brotherhood, and we were about to fight.
but I've seen all of the original, but I've
You gotta
never
watch
watched
Brotherhood.
Brotherhood.
You gotta watch Brotherhood, dude.
That's what I've
It's
been
Is it a
told.
second series or is it like a
I
redo
don't
remake?
really know. I think it's just the same thing done better. I don't really know exactly how
yeah,
that works.
that's a bit. Basically, when the original series was coming out, the manga wasn't finished, and so you had a Game of Thrones situation where after a while the anime surpassed its source material and diverted from there. Brotherhood is a one-on-one telling of the original manga story after it
Gotcha.
was finished. It's done by a different studio. It's I believe it's still the same voice actors and stuff, but it's animated a little better. It's really solid. Like if you're gonna watch any Full Metal, I always recommend Brotherhood.
Oh yeah.
Gotcha.
Like it's highly coveted as like everyone's number one. Not everyone's favorite, but like everyone's like, oh, this is like the epitome.
It's also
of-
it's fucking goated.
I
Like,
think
it's
it
just a
is
good show.
actually rated like the #1 anime.
That's what I mean. Like
on some
everyone's like,
site,
oh, well, you gotta watch Brotherhood. You gotta, like everyone starts with Brotherhood. So
It's one of those like if you were to do like I'm getting into anime, give me like a must watch list.
Yeah.
Brotherhood will be on every single person's
Oh, yeah.
recommendation.
it's also like
Yeah.
not hard to understand either. Like
No,
it's pretty
it's-
basic. stuff,
It's
too.
straightforward.
I don't want to like divulge the entire conversation here, but Josh, I haven't heard you talk much. Do you watch?
I
anime?
know.
Did I watch anime over the break?
I don't think Josh has seen
Fuck
any
no,
anime.
dude. I was too busy being cool, slamming push, drinking beers with my boys. Like, what
Absolutely,
do you
bro.
mean? Am I watching 500 episodes of fucking The One Piece, dude? Are you?
That's my
Are
man.
you kidding
Josh,
me,
Josh,
brother?
I want to tell you something. You gave me the exact energy I was looking for. Thank you so
Oh,
much.
dude. I'm just fucking biting my tongue. Like, as
I
y'all
was
are
looking
talking.
at him
I
as you're
just-
going through
Yep.
this. I was like, Josh
Yep.
is in
I wanna- I
pain.
just
Josh is like, why are there so
fully-
many fucking
I just
weebs
want
here?
to fucking push you guys into a locker.
The entire time,
I'd like to see you try.
the entire time we're talking, I am just thinking, Josh is me during Star Wars
Oh,
talk.
yeah, literally. All this shit's going over my head, and I just want to ask you guys, what are your top 10 favorite hand-to-hand combat fights in anime? You know,
Rock Lever's Gara.
Damn it! I was about to say the same thing.
Yeah.
bringing that bit back. You know, what are your favorite hand-to-hand anime combat?
Oh,
fights?
yeah.
Josh, I want you to know that I think
Infernape
about
versus
that all the
Electivire.
time, and there are so many times where I just want to text you that like in the middle of the night.
Updated ranking.
I need the
I don't know.
2024, dude.
Let me tell you,
King
I
News.
watched through season 7 of My Hero Academia. That's what's out right now, and there's some good fights in that.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know why I
Damn.
thought that Josh watched that.
Oh,
Not only does he not watch it, he's actively in opposition against it.
I
Yeah.
am. I am.
Am
That's
I
the same.
thinking of?
We're gonna make
I
him
don't
watch
know.
Brotherhood.
Like,
It will-
Pin him
Trap
to a
him down,
chair.
just
If
Yeah.
I am like, I was gonna
what
say
was
like,
it,
hey Josh,
Clockwork
I haven't-
Orange, tape his eyes open.
Oh my god. I was gonna be like, yeah, Josh isn't talking, but I was fully about to ask him about
No.
My Hero Academia because gun to my head until about a minute ago, I fully thought he watched that show.
Gun
he's
to
too
my
busy
head,
getting
you're
pussed.
asking
Which
me.
is so funny. Aren't you like a have you become like a K-pop kind of guy?
No. I mean,
Yeah, maybe that was somebody else that I was
just-
seeing on.
it's-
I saw
it's
somebody
just-
post on Twitter that like about like some band, and I sat there and I went, I didn't know they were about that life. Like that's interesting. I thought it was you, but so many people have that fucking brat
I think
profile
so.
picture right now.
But it's literally just me with a Tadashi Gakko. That's the only
I'm
shit
so
I
sorry.
I'll give you that one.
Are
Iju's
you
really good.
saying that Brat is K-pop? Because it's super not.
No.
Okay.
What I was saying was that I saw somebody with that profile picture posting about a K-pop group that I was like, oh, I didn't know they were into that sort of thing.
No.
And I
Josh
was like,
has the
oh, it
same
must be
profile
Josh.
picture,
But
most notably.
it's like there's so many people that have
Chris, I know the
variations of the
exact
brat.
account you're talking about, and it's
Yeah,
called
me
the
too.
Harris campaign.
Fuck.
Harris campaign.
Yeah, they've been posting a lot of brat. I know you don't know
Well,
up there in
yeah.
Canada.
I'm well aware.
The Harris
I'm
campaign
They've
has
been
been
posting
posting
a
a lot of
lot of
brat
it.
shit. Yeah.
I literally every week at work, since I work in social media marketing, we talk about what her marketing team is doing because nothing else withstanding, it's just brilliant marketing.
They're very good.
Like
It's not
it's I for a group of politicians that are in their 60s, it's very impressive because some of the stuff has come off as cringy, but not all of it. And like that's
It would be weird
I
if
kind of
it
gotta
didn't.
respect that.
I had
listen,
this.
Guys, we're doing a topic that Josh once again cannot jump
I
in
know.
on.
I'm
Right.
actually more well versed in this than fucking anime. Dude. Are you-
I was
Josh,
gonna
what
say,
did you do this summer, buddy?
Josh got really into American politics.
I did
who
really
would have
like
thought
politics.
Trump's kryptonite would have been just somebody calling him weird?
I know.
I
Okay, but
love
did you?
it.
Okay,
It's
I'm
so
sorry.
funny.
I
He
love
said something hilarious when someone asked him about that. He said, "They're saying that about JD, not me."
Yeah.
I'm
Anyway.
sorry. That's
It's a-
I
it's
hate
a
when he's funny, but
delegation.
sometimes he's funny.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I mean, you're not. Yeah. It's true.
Mhm.
Josh,
Josh, what'd
the
you do
floor
this
is
summer?
yours. The floor is yours.
I just worked. I just
I feel
worked and I
that.
rotted in
I
bed.
feel that,
You know.
dude.
I just
Yep.
hate being an adult, and
Yep.
honestly, you kind of just realize summer is the worst season. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say it. Hot take.
Yeah.
Summer fucking
Disagree.
sucks. It's hot. Your
Love
balls
it.
are sweaty.
Oh
There's
yeah.
bugs
Yeah,
everywhere.
Liren.
can't
You
argue that one.
fucking
Yeah, Liren, listen up.
you go to more public spaces like midday, and there's just kids there, and you're like, fuck, like why the fuck are these annoying ass kids here? It's like, oh, because they're out of school.
Yeah.
They're out of school, right?
I was gonna say, I think summer was awesome when you were a kid.
Yeah.
100%.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Because
Oh,
you
yeah.
have to go to school.
Dude, I'd max prestige every Call of Duty. Like, it was incredible. And then now you're an adult and you don't have the time off. You have to work. It's just fucking hot. It's annoying. Summer fucking sucks, dude.
Summer does
You have to
suck.
pay for your electricity bill, so then
Yeah.
whenever you run the AC, you're like, oh,
Fucking
it's
that
got
shit's jacked up. Exactly.
Yeah.
Summer,
It's
summer
just-
rules, dude.
Yeah, summer now for me is just now one, I work in a kitchen and it was just
Mhm.
unbelievably
Oh, yeah.
hot in it. Unbelievably hot. But so I mean now, and this is something this is another topic I know you'll love, Josh. Is summer now for me is just like the waiting period for football season to start.
Yep.
Hell
I hate
yeah.
football. Why the fuck is this one week now? If there's one thing I hate, it's two
American
things.
football.
Anime and American football.
We
dude.
really just are ganging up on Josh.
This is
Podcast. We
just-
really went, come on this podcast and we're just going to talk about a bunch of shit
Oh,
you
yeah.
don't care about.
Oh.
I did
we
have this
titled
question the other day. Of
we-
I didn't know if Canadians called it football or soccer.
No, because we have Canadian football. We have the CFL, the
Yep.
Canadian Football League, which I don't know the rules.
If that's a third version of football, I will
It
quit.
is the third version of football.
Yep.
Somehow the rules are different though,
Yep.
to where Canadians are like, "Ugh, American football's that pussy shit, you know. And I'm like, I think it's the downs or whatever the fuck, the yards. Fuck if I know. I
I
just
think
know
the
rules are-
goalposts are at the front of the end zone rather than the back. I think
Yeah,
that's
the rules are
the
just
big thing.
ever
which is
so
extremely dangerous
changed.
for the
Oh, yeah.
record.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah, because
no,
when you
but we
say
still
that,
call
it just feels
football.
like you're just describing rugby.
I
Like-
think-
It says
I think
it
it's
says it
supposed
was
to
an
be pretty
offshoot of
rugby-inspired.
rugby football.
Well,
Yeah.
no, because rugby's also like rugby players are also like football is pushy shit, you know?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which also
Rugby
that's,
looks insane to me sometimes.
that's something
It's
that
so
I did
clips.
this summer
fun.
too, which I watched so
become
much
a
of the Olympics.
monster.
Yeah.
I love rugby. I'm about to be a lunatic, but I was
insane.
literally telling my boyfriend last night because he's never really watched rugby because it's something I would always watch with my mom. But Six Nations, which is like an annual thing, starts in January, and he was like, "Oh,
Sounds
I'll
like
watch
an
it with
anime.
you."
Just
What?
saying. Sounds like an anime. Just saying.
Six
Um,
Nations or whatever.
Yeah, Six Nations starts in January. I was like, "Oh, I'll explain it to you, but I have to warn you, you're going to see a version of me you have never seen."
Just
It's the
feral.
only sport I get mad about. It's the only sport I yell about. I get real salty about the refs sometimes. It's the only sport
part
I
of the
truly
experience.
Same.
We're the
Part of the
same.
experience.
What?
We're exactly the same.
It's part of the experience.
Yeah.
I'd say it's just being a sports fan.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
I am watching American football now for the first time, but that is
I'm sorry.
because
Kelsey.
listen, you can't. Okay, Chris just did what my boyfriend did, where I was like, I want to watch the Chiefs season. He was like, oh yeah, because that's your favorite team now. I was like, all right, fuck off. It's not just because of that. It is also that
Bandwagon Swifty wannabes.
Lyria,
Come on.
I literally have a.
Resumit.
hang on,
It's good
I'm
for the game of
literally
football.
wearing
Okay, more eyes, more eyes.
a hat from her
Cope,
last album.
Cope harder, Austin.
Is it also Resumit playing with the Chiefs this year?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite Welsh players is signed to the
right.
Chiefs, and not as
signed
a
a rugby
kicker,
player,
which
yeah.
is and
Zammit,
not as a
right? Is
kicker.
that his name?
Resumit, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Louis Rees-Zammit. Yeah, he
We
played
call him
for the
Reese
Welsh
Lightning.
team. Yeah,
Nope.
he played for the Welsh team. He's insanely fast, and he basically got screwed by like having a lot of bad coaches for the World Cup, because if the national teams don't do well in the World Cup, it makes it harder for those players to get contracts in their like local clubs. And it sucks because it really does fall back on the coaches for why Wales did so bad, and then the players went on strike at one point, so he really just got like screwed by a lot of logistics. So I'm excited, but he's
Damn.
like, they brought him on as a linebacker, which I'm really interested to see.
Mhm.
Yeah. And also, I saw this on TikTok. The Chiefs signed some kid in the draft this year because the Bills like switched spots with them or whatever the fuck. That is so fast,
All
and
right,
watching
Xavier
that.
Worthy, yes.
Yes.
He broke the
Oh my
40 record.
god. It's crazy.
He's like one of the fastest
Oh, yeah.
people on the planet. Like,
I
it's
will
insane.
say, hold on.
Faster.
I will say it is extremely rare that speed translates to the game of football like that. Tyreek
Okay,
Hill
but
is the
Austin,
only exception.
Did you not see the
Austin,
fucking deep balls he was
Pat
catching
Mahomes-
yesterday, bro?
This is preseason. Shut the
Pat
hell up. It means
Mahomes,
nothing. All right.
He passed across his body fully down the end zone. Worth jumped up, caught it, took it into the end zone before
Worthy's gonna
anyone
be
knew
nasty,
he
dude.
had it. And Pat Mahomes just fully
Against the
crossed
Lions'
over his
third, fourth
body.
stringers. Let's just say that. Let's
Laren,
just say
I take
that.
it back.
wasn't their
Go,
starters.
go back to rugby. All right.
It
go
doesn't
back to
start
rugby.
till
all right?
January.
You can
The
complain all you
problem
like.
is I'm
Worthy's gonna be
losing.
nasty, dude.
I
I'm-
know. I'm just giving people crap because it's
No, yeah,
it's
for
one of
sure.
the things.
Well,
they're
we
playing the
also did it
Lions
against
yesterday.
against the Lions, like third stringers.
Which-
Yeah,
Because it's
Oh, God.
the
Ow.
Chiefs were
I just
playing their
gave myself a
starters
quick
for whatever reason
hand.
against our like second, third, fourth string players. So it's like
it's they've been putting some of their starters in early on to give because we have a lot of we have like four
Oh,
new
for
like
sure.
wide receivers and running backs and so
They couldn't catch anything last
trying
year.
they're trying no really they could not so they're trying to get Worthy,
didn't matter.
Brown, Steele, like
Yeah.
all these people more time. I developed a new hobby over the summer while we're still here before we get going, which was of course the Olympics happened this year, and one of my favorite things to do while that was happening, because it was all luckily like streaming like on Peacock here in the US, was I work late. I get off work usually home from work around like midnight.
Mhm.
And so I would take my shower, I'd eat my dinner, I'd sit down, I'd turn on the TV, I would see whatever sport was currently playing without
Mhm.
looking up anything, just try and learn the rules to it, and then become really, really invested and be like, come on, ref, that's obviously a fucking foul. Like, what are you doing
He's
right
Ted
now
Lasso.
while I'm watching, badminton? Or handball. Handball was still the one I could not for the life of me figure out what the fuck is going on with that.
Mhm.
But
Same.
boy, did I get really invested into the Olympics this year. It was so fun. It was so fun.
I have to say,
I can't
for
stop thinking
Austin
about
being
that
like,
one like Korean shooter with that fucking
Uh-huh.
with the MGS aura
Yeah,
going
the,
on.
the
Yeah.
Hideo Kojima character that came to life for the Olympics.
The funniest thing that I saw was like I saw the photo of her. Everyone was like, "Wow, this woman is so cool." And somebody in the comments was immediately was like, "Hideo Kojima was probably already in a Zoom call with her right now."
And then like 2 days
Yeah.
later, he posted about her.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
literally. You
She's
are
gonna be in
going
Death Stranding too, dude.
I
I
was
can
gonna
feel
say,
it.
You are going to deliver something to her in Death Stranding 2. She's
I
gonna be like,
hope
need
so.
ammunition, and you're gonna be
Mhm.
like,
I
"All right,
hope
You
so,
just
dude.
see,
I
you just gonna
can't
see a
wait.
statue. and-
Yeah.
yeah.
And yeah,
I
what
w-
was it like a week later, a couple days later, you get the guy from Turkey. That's just nothing
Doing it
but-
with like a t-shirt, one hand in his pocket.
Dude looked like he got off the train and walked right in. Loved it.
Literally just yeah.
He's a
I
he's a
will
CIA
say-
agent, and he's like, "We have one more job for you." Not CIA, but you know what I mean.
With
Right.
me going back to rugby, I
TIA.
will say I do still kind of find football a little bit boring.
TIA.
Y'all stop too much.
I get
the
it. It's a game
gameplay
of inches.
stops
Oh, yeah.
so much.
Oh yeah.
I get it.
It's football is fucking turn-based combat.
It is.
And
Yeah.
I think
Honestly,
I've just realized I don't
kind
like
of.
sports that are kind of like that, because I think that's also, I think baseball, people are going to give me shit for this, but I think baseball is the most boring sport on planet Earth.
Bro.
Baseball, I feel like if it would be less of an argument because like the MLB is having trouble holding people's attention because the games go so fucking slow.
As someone who like
Boring.
the early years of his life were all about baseball, like I had scouts following me in high school to potentially pursue baseball. Baseball is so fucking boring to watch, and that's as someone who like I love playing baseball.
see,
but
that's
watching
why-
it, I just could not do it.
And
That's
it's like,
why
I
the
don't-
internet came up with it. Are you familiar with the 777 challenge?
I have.
No.
No, I thought it
So-
was 999.
Oh yeah, it is 999. You're right. Duh.
Yeah.
I might be so
Nine.
Picture this, if you will. You attend a baseball game. Baseball games, of course, are 9 innings. So the 999 is 9 beers, 9 hot dogs, 9 innings. Right?
Oh god.
Yeah, a beer and a hot dog each
beer and
inning.
a hot dog for each inning.
But that means you
Oh,
have to,
finally.
because most, at least, I should say, at least at my, or because we have a minor league baseball team here in Grand Rapids, so they stopped selling beer.
You'd have to get them
during the seventh
early.
inning stretch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
The
it's more like- it's
Renegades
more like
do that
9-3-9,
too, Jordan,
let's
where
be
they
real, right?
stop selling food right after the 7th inning stretch.
Actually,
So you
that's-
have to
that's-
get the
that's
last
alright.
three
Well,
early.
you just keep going. That's fine.
You just order.
Yeah, but then
three.
you have warm beer and a stale dog.
You
gotta
do that
It's
at
gonna
home,
be a
otherwise
baseball
wet.
game. It's gonna be those things anyway.
You gotta dip it. You gotta
But
dip
it's
it.
gonna be wet. Like
Yeah, you're
that's
right.
the thing I don't like
You're
is they
right.
put it in that bag and it holds
Here's
in
the
the
thing.
steam, and so then
But-
it's wet.
By the time you get to like that so far into
Dude,
the
you're
innings,
just 6
not gonna
beers
fucking
deep.
know
You don't
anything
care what the
anyway.
hot dog's
True.
like.
True.
Yeah,
You don't
but
know what's the
drinking
beer and what's the
warm-
hot dog.
No,
Granted,
yeah,
I
it's-
don't like beer, but
You
After
put your
that-
beer into a
yeah.
bun.
After four beers, I'll eat whatever. You know, like it's
Although,
it's
man,
true.
Let me tell you, the beer's getting expensive at ball games, though. So I don't know. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
no,
challenge
it's
on a
like
beverage.
$150 worth of food and drinks.
I've had a
Yeah.
few friends try it like at home. Like they'll just buy, like a 30 rack, take 9, and then like the hot dogs
I can
themselves.
get down on that.
Can we please pivot to a topic Josh can talk about?
Yes, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Fair.
Oh yeah, Canadians don't
don't
know about
care.
baseball and beer, right?
I've played baseball. I've drank a beer too.
I've had.
Just to be one.
Notice how he
Quote-
hasn't
quote
eaten a
some
hot
other
dog.
Josh. I'm familiar with beer.
I just feel bad. He looks sad. like
Nah,
It's just
So
a
many
good
good
time.
no, I'm invested. I'm invested. Beers, 999s.
Do you want to come over and try the 999, Josh? Sometime, just
Absolutely,
come on.
dude.
Let's
That
just
would
do
be
it
the real
together.
American experience.
Yeah.
Oh my
You
Then
have to
we'll
god.
buy you
live stream the
then
whole
we'll buy you a
thing.
cowboy hat and listen to country music after that.
No,
we'll
low
give you
key,
the
we were
whole.
talking about meeting up. We have to put together a list of like the American things we need to force Josh to experience.
Well,
I-
there's
I
nothing in
believe
Iowa.
cheese.
He's
Not a
been here
single
though. He's
goddamn
already
thing.
been. He's already
I
been here
like-
before.
Yeah, I've. Yeah,
We
I'm
missed out
a-
on it.
I'm a complete stranger. I've been there at least like 20 times in my life, dude. Are you kidding me?
Oh
You
my
get canes
God.
yet?
Yeah, dude. Every time I come down there.
Okay,
man,
all right. No,
man,
I'm just.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
trying
the
to think
other
of like
thing.
maybe some rather than like the obvious things. Now we gotta get you like.
Maybe
What's,
it's like
like,
American
regional?
childhood
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, now
Yeah.
I need to
Ooh,
go
I like
down there
that.
now and experience like a mass shooting. Like that's what like
Your odds are
That's-
pretty good.
I
You
know,
know?
and now every time I go down there, like I'm kind of worried.
In fact,
I clutch my
come on
teeth a
down.
little bit, but
Come
that's the
visit
only
me
thing
up in
I'm missing from
Ohio.
the States at this point, dude.
Come visit me up in Ohio. We
way
have them
Austin's
pretty
head just
regularly over in the short
popped up.
north.
And here's the best part: like when you get grazed by a bullet, it's gonna cost you $20,000.
Oh yeah,
the
yeah.
real
No,
deal.
it will
At
cost you
least.
an unbelievable amount of money.
Fuck.
Oh god, I don't
Well, that's
even
been a pretty good
know.
one today, huh?
Yeah, I feel like we have to end it on that.
End it.
'Cause I don't
Yeah.
know where to go.
I feel I
from
have
here.
to end
Bye,
it too,
Austin.
honestly.
Bye.
Remember, kids, go vote.
Yeah.
Yeah, your vote doesn't matter. regardless.
What's
Just
your-
cut it. Just cut the feed. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.